Hi guys, welcome back to the Rare View podcast. I am your host Rachel Anita Kamake Kamakawaida, and today is one of those episodes I just want to talk about random things that I have learned, either the easy way or the not so easy way, but they're just random things I've learned over time. One of the things I've learned over time is that love doesn't have to hurt for it to be real. When you love someone, okay, at least from my opinion, whether it's romantic or friendship or family, when you love someone, you want their lives to be easy. Or rather, that's what I think I define love as. Love is wanting someone to thrive in whatever element they are in. Love is wanting someone to be happy. Love is wanting someone to be fully themselves, authentically, with no apologies. So if you're begging for the love, or it's hurting, or it sounds like every time you're talking to someone about your friend or a romantic relationship, or even your, I don't want to say workmate, that would be not so right, it is an uphill task for you. Maybe that's not love. And sometimes people confuse love for other things like obsession, infatuation, and stuff like that. When it's love, and let me talk about friendship because I don't like talking about romantic love. When it's love, it's real, it's soft, it's easy. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know your friends, guys. Me, for my friends, whenever I meet up with them, whenever we hang out, when we talk, we chill, it's just vibes. We are there for each other. The sisterhood is so healthy and heavy on us. I can't see my friend struggle through anything. I don't think I have that heart at all. And my friend also cannot see me struggle through anything. I would give an example of, like, all of you know, I lost my mom last year. And when the point came where I had to accept that my mom is going, I remember my close friends, 4 of them, came to the hospital. Why am I going to cry? I just said love does not hurt, and I'm over here already tearing up. My 4 friends came to the hospital. They sat with me for an entire, I think, afternoon, or was it a day, just to get me through that. And I don't think I can define love as anything more than that. The selflessness of people being there for you, the authenticity of someone saying, I will walk this journey with you. And that brings me back to the romantic relationship I don't talk about. When your partner loves you genuinely, fully, they want to see you thrive. Mtu akikwambia sijui I don't want this, someone cannot love you and hurt you in the same breath. I don't think it's possible, and I do not wish that on anyone. But again, this is a lesson I have learned my own way. When I was younger, I made mistakes. I confused obsession and infatuation for love, and it took me a really wrong road. And the other thing, that love has to be mutual. It doesn't work when it's one way. It has to be both of us are doing this for this same goal, and we are on the same line, we are on the same page, we're on the same book towards this. Love does not hurt. For my younger sisters, love does not hurt. And in case you forget the definition of love, if you're a Christian like me, end up pale 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 13. I'm not sure I hope that's the right verse, which talks about love is kind, love is patient, love does not keep a list of wrongdoings, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's how love should be in all platforms. The second thing I've learned is that being strong all the time is exhausting. I think I mentioned this to you guys when the year started. If there's one word I don't want ever in my life again anyone to ever define me as, is strong. I am tired of being the strong, independent black woman by the book. And funny enough, this strong, independent black woman, whether you are in the States, whether you are in South, wherever you are, there's just this notion that as a woman you can take everything and anything under the sun. Guys, for me, I have been strong for the last 29 years. I am tired. A sister is tired, and I'm taking a break from all the strength in the world. I'm leaving that to all the other soldiers. Maybe I'm not doing it. I am not strong. I am tired. I am opening myself up to this soft, feminine energy. And I don't know where it came from. I don't know who I saw who advised me on TikTok or wherever. But it's okay to rest. It's okay to be led. It's okay Yes, it's okay to rest. It's okay to be led. It's okay to just be soft and be like, like there's a thing I usually say when I'm with my siblings: I don't do hard labor, I don't do manual labor. And I know it started off as a joke, whereby I don't carry heavy stuff unless I'm in the gym. I don't carry heavy stuff. I don't do manual labor in whatever shape and form. I don't do it. And people would say, Anita anaringa, Anita doesn't. But imagine they've accepted. Kwanza, my sister, Kathy, thank you so much for accepting me as I am. We would walk somewhere, then she's like, Anita doesn't do that. I'm like, sis, thank you. Because I don't. Okay, I know how to do it. Let me say, for instance, I know how to do dishes. Who doesn't know how to do dishes or cook? But imagine, I don't have to. And I don't want to. And I really don't have to. And that's just me. I'm done being strong. I am in my soft feminine side. Mutani huko. The third thing, hi cousins, you don't owe family access to your peace. This one I don't think, it's a tough one. For those who know, I am in a strained relationship with my family, I would say. Whatever is left of it, really. I don't like talking to them. I would say my family, not my in-laws. I love my in-laws. They're my everything. I love them so much. They're literally the golden sun in my world. I love them so much. I love my sisters, my brothers, and everyone. But when it comes to the family I came from, it's a whole strenuous relationship that I don't think I want to go into. Sina nguvu ya kudeal na watu, and I have come to accept that as long as everyone is doing their own thing, their own way, and it is okay. It is okay for us to be related and to love each other from a distance. Imagine, it is very okay. It is very okay for someone, kwanza hiki tu ya iti someone is older than you have to respect them. Please, I beg. Not me. I'm not from that school of thought, and I am done giving people time and energy they don't deserve in my space. I don't know about you and your family, and I hope it's great. I hope it's nice. For me, family does not have access to my peace. You cannot bring your own problems to my space and expect me to carry them, yet when I have problems, you're nowhere to be seen. No, thank you. And it's a lesson I've learned the hard way after going through so much loss. I'm not dealing with that anymore. No, thank you. Count me absent. The fourth thing is that productivity isn't self-worth. I think let me just laugh, because I think for years, ever since I started working, I feel like I'm getting into this side note, mapema tena, but I started working, side note, I started working when I was about 17 years old, I think. At 17 years old, my very first job, believe it or not, was Mali. I don't think it's Mali per se. You'd go somewhere to a warehouse, you're given products, then you have to walk around. I think you guys all know these people who knock at your door randomly, selling you some weird toothpaste, some weird brand you've never seen in your life, and they are really encouraging you to buy it. I was one of those people. That was my first job. Unfortunately for me, I had to work for so many hours and do so many things to provide for my family. At 17, I was a breadwinner, which sucks for anyone at that age. Actually, I think even started much earlier than that, but anyway, I'll say officially at 17. So when you grow up in such a, what's the name for that? Such a family or such an environment, even as you grow older, it is in my brain. I have to work every day, every hour. If I'm sleeping, I'm waking up at 3 a.m. I have to get things done. That's why I have started so many businesses. I am worth being called a person just because I bring something to a table. This is again something I have retired from. I'm sorry guys, maybe I'm not doing it anymore. Maybe because soft life vibaya sana. Productivity isn't self-worth. I would work for hours on end. It affected my health. It affected my relationships with people. I have lost so many friends for not being able to be there for them. clearly you've seen my relationship with my family. Maybe that was part of it, because again, I can't be working my ass off for 20 hours a day. Then you come with your 5 kids expecting me to pay school fees for them just because I can. No, thank you. So productivity isn't self-worth. We have to learn how to rest. As an adult woman, the one thing I'm being very intentional about is setting time just to rest. Time to, and again, I don't want this to sound as if I'm talking from a place of privilege, which it's okay to enjoy. Like I've suffered. When I was suffering, were you asking me why I was suffering? Now that I'm enjoying, let me enjoy. I have to make space and time for things like maybe going to the spa, going to see my therapist, going for a walk, journaling, just sleeping. It's okay to take a nap when you're tired. It's okay to say, I'm locking my phone for 8 hours because this day of the week, I need 8 hours to just rest. I am unlearning whatever behavior that is that I was going through. And I hope you also learn that productivity isn't always equated to self-worth. And also you can be working for 20 hours and what you're producing is, for lack of a better word, nonsense. So learn to regulate what works and what does not work. And put yourself first. Let me tell you guys, sisi wote, at the end of the day, nikiwaambia hii ni amcho mtasema hapana, I'm saying bad things on the episode, but I'm sorry. At the end of the day, when you realize what really life is all about, you really take a lot of things much slower and with more intentionality than just rushing through it. The 5th thing is that saying no is a full sentence. I have a whole episode on just saying no, which funny enough, ironically, should have just been a full sentence of just no. Ningesema, hi guys, welcome back to the Rev podcast, and today we're talking about no. Then I'll just be like, no. And that's it. That's the entire episode, because you have to learn that that's it. No doesn't need an explanation. And guys, learn to accept when someone says no. Stop begging someone. When someone, like you tell someone, for instance, I'm inviting you to a party, you're like, I can't come. It's okay to say no. Imagine it's okay. Myself, where I sit right now, if I am uncomfortable with anything, the slightest of thing, I will tell you no. I will tell you I'm not. Actually, I don't even explain myself anymore. I don't think I have that energy at all anymore. Anita, are you coming to my party? No. Anita, would you like to? No. Anita, do you like? No. Because I am tired. Uta explain baka sangapi. People need to respect people's choices. I mean, you're an adult. You're already running your own stuff. That's like, people are going through so much. When you understand that everyone you meet today is going through so much. They just don't have the time to sit down and explain to you, in the morning, this. So, ukiona mtu amekwambia no, it is okay to just accept that no. And yourself, if you feel like saying no, that's it. Stop over-explaining yourself. People don't have that time these days, by the way. We don't have time. We are moving on. And that's it. No. A full sentence, no. N-O, period. The other thing I've learned is that I don't have to be who I was in survival mode. If I could talk to 19-year-old, 20-year-old, I would say all the way up to 26-year-old Anita, that girl was struggling. She was surviving. I don't even know. She wasn't even surviving. I remember there was a time. No, this is not just a story. There was a time when I was in campus. Then I was with a roommate who was better off. She had, again, akikuwa na wazazi ni kitu mzuri, my friends. Kuwa na wababas, not wababas in that sense. I mean, like father figure in your life. It's a good thing. So my friend had she was my roommate. She would have her parents come visit her and everything. I didn't have the same privilege at all. Then I remember someone came one day and said, because you would see my bed on this side and her bed on this side. Like you can clearly say, see the haves and the have not. And then this guy just said, enyewe, who are you? This one is living. This one is surviving. And it really hurt my feelings at that time. But it was the truth and I had to hear it. And right now, if I would talk to that girl, imagine it's okay. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Whenever you'll get to it at some point. But surviving Just because you survived, just because you struggled at some point, I don't think you have to live that through your entire life. It's okay to accept softness. It's okay to accept that at some point some things will come to you. It's okay to accept that, I outgrew that girl and this is who I am now. And that is something I am learning. There are things I used to do, like hoard things. It's a poverty mentality kind of thing. Like ukipata kitu uoni kama utakuwa nao kesho, so you hoard it, unaishikilia. But luckily, there's a Sunday I went to church, and there's a verse that was read somewhere in Leviticus, I think 26, that I can't remember the verse very well. And it said, I would make you so bountiful that you'll have to throw out the old to make room for the new. Whatever you make out of that verse, up to you. And the last thing I think I have learned is that healing is not always pretty. There are ups and downs. There are days you have it together. There are days you don't have it together. And in all those days, in all those many versions of me, like I am a mom, I am a wife, I am a sister. I don't know if I'm a daughter anymore. Are you a daughter anymore if you don't have parents? Guy, that was a dark joke. Sorry. But yeah, I am all those things. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm going through grief and I'm learning. But yeah, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, I am a sister, I am all those things together. And in every day, I have learned to give myself grace when one of these boxes is not working. In life, some things, it's like juggling balls. Some things are glass balls, others are like plastic bouncing balls. And sometimes you have to let go of one. Just make sure it's not a glass ball that will fall down and shatter. And those are just some things I've learned in my very short life as a young woman who is learning and unlearning and becoming soft and becoming nice. So I do hope you've learned a thing or two from this. Oh, the last thing, I'm allowed to want more. I'm allowed to want a good life. I'm allowed to have the fine life. And I'm allowed to enjoy everything good that God has for me. God said, Pastor Rachel has entered the bit. Hallelujah. Amen. God says he has plans for me, more than I can ever imagine, more than I'm willing to even think about. And I am accepting all the goodness and glory into my life. I'm allowed to want more. I'm allowed to see my dream car is a GLE, a white one. I'm allowed to sit and say, you know what, God, one day I will get. It's not kutamani-ish, but it's just praying towards it. I'm allowed to want a healthy life. I'm allowed to want everything. I'm allowed to want a lot of money. I'm allowed to want and hope that one day my podcast will be top 10 in Kenya. I'm allowed to want more for my life, and I will want more. I want more, just not so many more kids, but I want more. But if they come, I won't refuse. But God, please, no, not that one. Thank you. That is all. You are allowed to want more out of life. So I hope you learned a thing or two with me today, and thank you for listening till the end. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. If you love a friend, I'm always walking around Nasema you're watching my podcast, but I'm not seeing the views, guys. So learn to share. Thank you. Bye.